Hey guys, welcome to my corner of the internet. I just kind of wanted to talk about this pandemic and just kind of everything that's going on in the world, and yeah, kind of like have a heart-to-heart, because my last pandemic video, I just feel like that wasn't the way I wanted to like express myself, or like really how my thoughts were, or that's how my thoughts were, and like now they've obviously shifted and they've changed. And I just kind of wanted to talk about it. When that video was filmed, there weren't any cases in Denver at the moment. Or it was like 2 cases. It was very, very, very low, and I think it was an older woman up in the mountains that was the first one who got the coronavirus in Colorado. So, and then from there it was like a snowball effect. I feel like within like 5 days or even less than that, we were on a stay-at-home order. And I mean, social distancing was always like, oh, social distance, blah blah blah. Well, here's the great part is when I'm home, I don't really do anything. I hang out with my daughter, and I just probably hang out with like family. That's really what we do. And I feel like probably shortly after I got back from Boston, like a week after, or even 2 weeks, like a week and a half after I got back from Boston, was when the reality of all of it really hit and like sank in for me. I'm not flying anymore. I haven't flown since my Boston trip. I have taken time off. I was awarded my 2-month COLA, so I will no longer be flying for the next 2 months. And depending on how things get, I'm probably going to rebid to extend my COLA if things don't get better, or we're all waiting to be furloughed. And if you don't know what furlough means, it just means you're gonna get laid off. So, and I'm not the only flight attendant that feels this way. My friend Jenny, who works for the same company as I do, and Chiyu, I've talked to those 2 girls so far, and they are both on a 1-month COLA, and they're based in Newark. So I'm upset, not for my job. I'm really not. Like, money will be made. I know I'm taken care of. Like, I'm not really worried about that. And I don't mean like taken care of by my parents or by a significant other. Like, I'm single, so I take care of myself. But in the aspects of being able to provide for my daughter, I don't, that's not what I'm afraid of. What scares me is really like the fact that like nobody's really listening and no one's doing their part as a society of like social distancing and staying at home. Like, I was watching the news the other day, and people are going on hikes and like up to the mountains and stuff like that, and like treating this like a vacation, and they're still hanging out in like groups. And like one of the deputies was like, this isn't a vacation, like you guys aren't supposed to congregate in groups. And they're starting to shut down like the parks and stuff up in the mountains so people don't come up. Like, yeah, you're allowed to go hiking and stuff like that, but they say that you're supposed to stay in like your area, like your vicinity, like your city. But it's just like, if everybody just did their part and everybody just sat at home, I feel like we wouldn't even really be having this issue of like medical staff being overwhelmed and not having the proper equipment. And for those of you who have bought all these PPEs and like reselling it for all this money, shame on you. Shame on you, because you know what? karma's a bitch, you'll get your karma. People who are trying to make $1 at a time like this. I have friends in the medical industry, I don't know, medical field. I was in the medical field. I was an x-ray tech and a medical assistant in my 20s. So I can't imagine like what it's like right now working in ER and urgent care and not having the proper equipment to protect yourselves. Like, that's so scary that, you know, you are trying to save lives and you're trying to do things better for the world and you can't even properly do it. Our country was not prepared for this, which I'm sure there's a lot that kind of went into it, but these are just my thoughts. Like, we should have been more prepared. Doctors were telling people, like, the doctors were telling people, like, our country's not ready, we don't have enough equipment, blah, 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 and I feel like nobody really took it seriously. Like, oh, we're America, like, we're superpower, blah, blah, blah. No. Like, our death tolls have surpassed Italy, and for those of you who are saying that we have it under control and our numbers are better than South Korea, no, they're not. No, they're not. Look it up in reputable sources. No, our numbers suck. And I believe the last time I checked, still don't have enough testing kits. One of my really good friends, she works at a government facility, and a couple people from her office were tested positive, and now her kids are sick. And when she took her kids to the ER, they said it was just the flu, but now my friend's sick, and she's like, this isn't the flu, like, this is something else. And it's sad because they didn't test her. And we live in a country where I feel like this shouldn't be a problem. Death happens. It's the only thing that's guaranteed in life. Of when you're born is you're gonna die. I don't know why I'm getting like so emotional in this video, but yeah. Anyways, the hate crimes that are going on for Asian Americans or just Asian people, whatever you want to call yourselves or call us, is ridiculous. Again, I'm very fortunate that I live in a very safe neighborhood, very safe area, and it probably has to do with, like, I don't look full Asian anyway, so most people just kind of like leave me alone. But the hate crimes need to stop. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, and honestly, I blame our leaders. Like, how dare you call it the Chinese coronavirus? Like, it's not just the Chinese people's virus. Like, anybody can contract it, and yeah, it probably started in China, but it's ignorance like that that like makes the world such a shitty place. But for the first time in my life, I get anxious leaving the house, and I get worried about my parents leaving the house, and I'm more anxious of them being safe leaving the house than them catching the virus. And I don't think that's how it should be. Like, I know the world is a scary place, blah 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 blah, but again, it's just like, I don't know. Anyways, I think I'm gonna go because this is gonna be a very interesting video. But keep yourselves informed from the right reputable places, and if you're like me and you can't watch the news anymore or be on social media because it gives you anxiety, do what's best for you mentally in a time like this, and I hope everybody stays safe and do your part. Social distance, sit your ass at home. I'm a flight attendant. Trust me, I'm the worst person to just sit around and be at home. This is the longest I've ever been home in the same state. So I'm dying to go out too. I'm dying to get out of my house and but yeah, I'm dying to get out of the house and not be here. I want to go to Target, but I'm doing my part and I'm sitting my ass at home. So I hope that everybody else is. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.